HMRC can't touch me. Listen, limited liability is not a force field. The first one is, if I ignore HMRC, it'll buy time. This is a mega common belief. If I don't respond, there's no action. Sort of silent. Some of us are tret to be silent as a delaying tactic. If I delay them, I get more breathing space. But the reality now is, if you go silent, it just raises your risk score. If you don't engage, when you do eventually engage, because you're all going to have to engage one way or another, there's no goodwill. You know, if you don't put in returns for years, or you don't pay a bloody dime for years, and then you go into them asking for an extended time to pay arrangement or a CVA, you're going to get laughed at. If you don't speak to them, it just escalates. The escalation accelerates. It does not pause HMRC. It pushes you to the top of the pile. Now, another myth that I've heard loads and loads is, I'll just pay a bit to keep them quiet. And I want to be transparent with you. I used to advise people this. Let's say you're in a position where you just can't pay all your, you can't pay your bill, you can't afford, you can't commit to a time to pay arrangement because you know you can't afford it. I'd be like, right, drip feed them some payments, give them something and keep them updated. But nowadays, the way HMRC looks at it is just an inability to comply. You've got financial stress. You're a risk. You haven't calmed them down anymore. You're basically showing them that you're struggling. And once it's logged, you know, don't go away. Another thing I hear people talk about is, I'll just use an insolvency process and start again. And listen, sometimes that is the right approach. But if you are someone who has done serial liquidations, HMRC will be tracking you. They don't just track companies, they track directors, serial offenders. They're going to review patterns of failure. And there's big uproar about phoenixism, you know, liquidating a business, walking away from loads of HMRC debt and just starting again. So closing the limited company may not reset your profile as a director. You know, you're going to be on people's radars. Listen, this myth, I hear it every day. It's a limited company, HMRC can't touch me. Listen, limited liability is not a force field.